Don't touch the dial. 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial.
All right, thank you for standing by. This is still Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's time for Mainland Focus. This is the part where we get to pick two or more major trending stories from the papers. We flesh things out a bit and then open up the phone line for you, our dear listener, to share your thoughts and contribution as regards the focal points for the day. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so as soon as we introduce the focal points, you can as well drop your comments in the live chat section on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Stream the program live, share the link, like the post. Would really appreciate it, supporting us on social media. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. Fuad Sahid is also still here with me via the phone line, and we're looking at two major stories this morning. The first is from the Guardian newspaper as regards 1 trillion naira lost yearly due to import of active pharmaceutical ingredients. How expensive are prescription drugs now? I remember when we had the conversation on when GSK was leaving, and due to the fact that GSK, makes Ventolin inhaler, and them leaving would mean now importing Ventolin inhaler would mean that whatever asthma patients are paying right now for Ventolin inhaler would definitely be on a double or almost 200% increase by the time we now start importing Ventolin inhaler. So how expensive are prescription drugs right now? How can we improve local production of prescription drugs and other pharmaceutical products? What about the call to develop and improve our local orthodox drugs? And like Fuad to say, maybe we should start drinking Agbo. Or what do you think, Fuad?
Yes, I'm
just asking. Maybe we should just revert back to that.
Some of these drugs too are just synthetic form of our local herbs. It's just that they've been able to develop it more, the technology, the equipment, pharmaceutical equipment, to make them more synthetic and get some active ingredients to make them work on our bodies. Unlike, for example, if you are treating malaria now, you have to use Agbo. You may have to take a kit before the thing goes. Or like a malaria drug that within 3 days would have cleared the malaria out of your system. But Agbo, you have to take it, you have to use one big bucket to
be consistent,
all of those
drink,
things.
yeah.
So but it will eventually work, But we can improve on those things, get the technology down here, get the equipment down here, so that we can make some of these drugs more synthetic and active, and so that they can work faster on our body. Why not? If that's the solution.
All right. Well, despite the capacity to locally produce active pharmaceutical ingredients and boost indigenous production of drugs, administration so far have turned a blind eye to that particular sector, which is supposed to, one way or the other, provide medical security for the country. So this means that our country is not
medical security.
Exactly. Thank you. It means that our country is not secure in terms of medicines availability. So what it means is that if a country decides, it means that a country, may say that, I'm not going to make this available for you, then we won't have that drug in the country. Or if a country says, I'm not going to do this for you, it means that we won't have that drug available for us in this country. So it means that we'll continue to be an economic vassal of the countries that are supplying. It means that suppliers can shut down their exports in case of any disagreements or issues. Maybe there's a sanction on Nigeria, I don't know, that makes us want to take a different stand from their
Just imagine we have a problem with India now, and they decide to...
Like what's happening between Canada and India?
And India, yeah. And they decide that, look, all of the trade agreements between India and Nigeria, they are stopping it. They are stopping all the pharmaceutical companies from selling drugs to us and all of that, It's going to become a major problem because most of our drugs are from India, they are from China and all of that, So it's apart from the fact that the fact that we are importing this thing puts a lot of pressure on forex. There's also the need for medical security. You can't rely on other countries for your, medical drug needs and all of that. Like I said, if you go to the hospital, people are taking their relatives away from them because they can't buy prescription drugs. Those things are too expensive. Unfortunately, we don't have serious medical insurance in the country to take care of prescription drugs like the US. For the US, for example, they have insurance where, part of the insurance even covers your prescription drugs. We don't have that yet. How many Nigerians are on health insurance? How many?
A lot of out-of-pocket payment. That's what we have here.
Payment, that's what we do, yeah.
So, well, that's the first focal point we're looking at. How expensive are prescription drugs now? How can we improve local production of prescription drugs and other pharmaceutical products? And what about the call to develop and improve on our local orthodox drugs? Now, the second conversation we're going to be having this morning is taken from the Punch newspaper, and that's the major headline. Says federal government may pay 1.68 trillion naira on fuel subsidy between now and December. Okay, and marketers are projecting 900 naira per litre. However, as at now, we are still paying between 598 naira per litre to 670 naira per litre. So that difference, going with the reality of the fact that naira has fallen further, we're almost at 1,000 naira to $1, and also the fact that international crude oil market is selling at $95 per barrel. So looking at all of that, all of those realities, we need to ask this question again: was the subsidy removal handled properly by the president? Let's not forget that in his inaugural speech on May 29, the president made a statement, or as some people would like to put it, he paraphrased or injected his own statement into his speech, saying subsidy is gone. All right. And then since then, there has been a plethora of so many things. There has been so many drama that has happened in the oil sector, and even for people, generally speaking, palliatives, whether or not palliative will be happening, NLC may or may not go on strike. So many conversations around that. So we need to ask again, was the subsidy removal handled properly by the president? And now, what are the short, medium, and long-term solutions to this issue, or this quagmire that we have found ourselves? Because we are still spending money on, something that we supposedly had saved some money for. Do you remember they said we saved money in the past few months that we have not been paying subsidy?
All of those money now, we're going to feel tied to paying subsidy.
That's interesting.
That's what will happen now.
Well, now, should we get the government to officially announce that subsidy is back? And what will be the implication of that announcement? Because, looking at reactions of so many people as regard or comments on the government's decision to reportedly reintroduce fuel subsidy, say, for example, the National Secretary of IPMAN, Chief John Kekiocha, commended the government for considering the plight of its citizens, but they stressed that the government should come out clean on subsidy. Are we or are we not paying subsidy? It's a big question right now. And if they actually make that announcement, what do you think will be the implication of that? We already have conversations on, Dangote and some other, modular refineries abandoning petrol refining over the return of subsidy. So let's look at the bigger picture. Let's have some foresight here as regards, our recommendations and whatnot. Fuad, very quickly, so we can open up the phone line.
No, I think for the subsidy thing, there's just one part of that conversation. I've said it severally on the show, and I'm going to just repeat it. There was a reason why 4 refineries were built for Nigeria. There was a reason. The capacity of the 4 refineries is 445,000 barrels per day. The totality of the 4 refineries. Like Adeola Yusuf said, even the way our founding fathers built the Port Harcourt refinery, the land is so big, the refinery is so big that it can house like an additional 5 refineries, that entire complex. They built it in a way where we could, what they call co-ownership, where, for example, all the pipelines bringing crude into that facility, you could have other refineries within that. They built the 4 refineries as an oil-producing nation. And what they did, the plan was that, look, apart from the OPEC quota for crude, whether it's 1.8, I don't know what the quota was there, but let's just use our current situation. Let us say, for example, we're supposed to be doing 1.8 million barrels per day. We do that for the international market, which is our OPEC quota. But we're also supposed to extract crude. This is our own crude here, 445,000 barrels per day, and supply to those refineries. At that one, we are not looking at international pricing. We are looking at our own local money here. It is our own crude. We are an oil-producing nation. We are not Togo. We are not Benin Republic. So when we extract that 445,000 barrels per day, we supply it to those 4 refineries. They refine for local consumption, Sandra. to take care of our local consumption. At that level, it is not dollarized. So all they do is that they price properly to at least ensure that refineries are working, they can maintain it, supply the local market, pay salaries, and probably expand their operations. So all of these $95 per barrel does not affect that. It is our own crude. We can price it the way we want, adjust prices to meet and help local poor Nigerians. So, but we are not doing that. So that's just the emphasis I want to care for people to understand why we need to have functional refineries in the country.
Thank you very much for that. Let's open up the phone line now and share and get to share thoughts or share the thoughts with our listener via the streaming platforms, via WhatsApp, text message, however it is that you want to share your thoughts. 0913 6000 410 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call to share your thoughts, and you have just 2 minutes. For text messages and WhatsApp messages is 0913 6000 430 0913 6000 430. That's the number to call to send your text message and WhatsApp messages to. Now, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section as well. Would appreciate that. Just like the post, share the link, and also drop your comments there. We also read them live on air on Facebook and YouTube. We take live comments from the streaming platform as well. So let's get on with it. You have just 2 minutes. This is Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is 𝗪𝗫 and I have Fᴑ via the phone line. Let's also not forget that the focal points are also well highlighted on our streaming platform. So if you're watching the program right now on Facebook and YouTube, all you have to do is check the description and it's right there in the caption, just in case you're just tuning in. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Yeah, John from Oba. Good morning for us. Good analysis there. Just like that, it's not today that you've been saying that we've been saying this, that unless the four refineries keep working, that's how we will be out of this doldrum, this quagmire. Since the four refineries are not working, nothing will ever happen. In fact, when the dollar goes up against the naira, the price of fuel will always go up. Forget about subsidy. What is subsidy? What are they subsidizing? They are subsidizing like this landed as insurance. So you can feel we are I will say that it's a deceit. It's a deceit by the elites, by the cabals that have connected together to make our refinery to work. Honestly, unless the governor begin to put on his thinking cap and be introspective about what to do, and let Nigeria also be productive, just like you have been saying there. There's no two ways about it. Thank you. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. John. We appreciate. Hello. Oh, lost that one. Okay, 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to
Good
you,
morning,
sir.
Yeah, Simplicity on the line. Simplicity is from Mushi.
Please, okay. Yes, go on.
Yeah, well, this shows that APC have not been prepared. They just grab power for the sake of power. They don't know what to do with power. Then there is one that I think during the Jonathan era, they now sponsored the strike and other protests against electoral addition on the cost of petrol and approval of the so-called subsidy and all that. Then now they are in control and all. They've been in control for how many years now? And see what they are doing with Nigeria and doing to Nigerians. Everybody is suffering, and there is nobody goes to the market and they ask him, "Are you from APC or so under what?" Everybody is suffering together. That is it. So even if the dollar goes to 2,000 naira, now everybody will suffer it together. It's good that everybody.
Morning.
Hello, how are you, ma?
How are you, sir? Good morning.
Engineer Niyi here. Engineer Niyi. Kini apari kokota bakperi kini apari kokota kisi. Our problem here is that let us be a producing nation. Our president should put on a thinking cap on how to talking of CPN or no CPN or no nothing like, or something like that. We want to hold a meeting or not hold meeting. Let there be a collective determination to fix our refinery and also aggregate on other solid minerals and let them start to be productive as soon as possible. And then technology, IT is very important. Our naira will be strong. It will be strengthened if we are a producing nation and we are exporting nation. Our GDP will be increased and our balance of payment will be very, very robust. If we are failing to do anything like that, and they said they suspend CBN. CBN is got to be suspended. Yes, because the crime that they committed against this country and the masses, what we are suffering now is the aftermath of what he did. And also, the people are talking of Jonathan. I don't know. Even Jonathan, we are not complaining during his time that he sold himself to a section of the country, and he could not even manage the economy very well. That's why people can even run the propaganda against him. If you are doing well, nobody will talk ill of you. But if you miss it, you turn yourself to Azikiwe and all that, and you are not listening to the points of reasoning. That is what caused what we are facing now. People should not be coming up to say that during the Jonathan election. What we are facing now is what we should concentrate on and let the government of the day not to be going abroad to say that we are passing through a trying. We are really passing through a terrible situation now. No cash, no job, nobody can. The cost of living is getting higher and higher by the day. They should do something as soon as possible. Right. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. Well, interestingly, Fuad, it's also reported. I just wanted to say something as regards the no cash. I said that currency in circulation has risen to 2.7 trillion naira, according to a CBN report.
It has risen, but that was the worth of the currency in circulation.
Oh. We're back to that one. It's all right. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call to share your thoughts this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. 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 Okay. Hello, good morning.
Morning to you, Obala.
Yes, good morning, Prince Wise.
How are you today?
Well, thank you.
Mr. Fuad, morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
God bless all of you. God bless your management.
Amen.
I'm bless Nigeria, my country. You see, when we talk of fuel, bill reaching to 800 nowadays, yes, that's how it's supposed to be. Good oil now in international market is about $95.
$95.
That's a big plus for Nigeria. A bunch of dollars coming to Nigeria. But why are we suffering now? Because no refinery. And when you talk of refinery today, I will blame the military junta. They have no long-term planning, including our Ʀᴏ. Because when Ʀᴏ comes second time, it should start to rebuild Nigeria from foundation. If they establish more refinery there, the one place, if it's refinery of all is there, it won't be as it is now. So there's a lot of problems we are facing. This present government, we pray for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to succeed. We are patriotic Nigeria. We want Nigeria to move forward. The man is talking over there. Come down to Nigeria. Come and yes, I supported him. If somebody brings establishment in Nigeria today, our young guys will be employed. Omobola Johnson, your radio station now, I don't know how many years old. If this is not established by somebody, you won't be employed now. So if Mr. President is talking to big man Nigeria to come down to this country, he's saying the good things, marketing Nigeria. And again, those companies that move out of this country, it's not only because of this or that. It has been a higher price not time ago. But corruption. You go to some possessive manager in the company, you buy something of 10,000, you tell them to write 700,000. I will read that up before. That's a lot of problems. We will look at, we start our concept. Are you ready to to solve Nigeria. We see level 1,
Thank you, Prince
level
Wise.
3, buy a car. Omobola, there's a lot of problems. We must check our culture and do away with corruption. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. I appreciate your sharing your thoughts and contribution. First off, I don't know. I don't know how Johnson entered my name. There's no Johnson in my name at all. That's first off. I think I quickly need to put that out. My name is Omobola Sandra. Secondly, Fuad. Hello. Oh, wow. All right. I wanted to ask Fuad as regards the statement that Prince Wise made, maybe when he joins us or when we reconnect back with him. But let's take some messages on Facebook. We have some real-time messages on Facebook. Don't forget, we are still live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can do well to share your thoughts and contribution on those streaming platforms. Would appreciate it. Thank you. Also, like, share your the link as well. Thank you. All right, Chris Oloja is saying, good morning, House. Without the risk of being exaggerative, I must admit Mr. Fuad is a fantastic, objective, vast, and coordinated analyst. I appreciate God's grace upon your life, sir. Well done. Again, when you don't think through a policy before rushing to announce with the ultimate aim of impressing a people, this is what you get. And that is Chris Oloja sharing his own thoughts. We also have here on Facebook, Oluwamuyiwa Olodude saying pharmaceutical products are gold now, so costly, and yet the Ministry of Health should liaise and unite with the tradomedical agencies to see the improvement of our local orthodox drugs. It's needful to save the teeming Nigerian population. The subsidy issues was handled. The subsidy issue was handled in a bad manner. No plan, no projection. The way forward, let the politicians allow the experts to do their jobs. That is why we have them. Too much secrecy about crude oil in Nigeria. Yes, there's so many things that, is shrouded in secrecy as regards that particular one. Sean Johnson is also sharing his own thoughts, saying, like we have always said, until we have the necessary parameters, structures, and positive policies being put in place, we'll continue to suffer from the emperor called dollar. We also need to know the invisible hand of the West is involved. All these solutions have been discussed severally on this show and has now begun to sound like a broken record. The question to ask, which you will open the Pandora box, what are our leaders and politicians and the almighty cabal, both nationally and internationally, gaining from the country not being able to operate functional refineries in the country? That is a big question.
Add that to the question we've asked here.
We have always asked, why are our refineries unfixable? Why? What's the problem?
The big why.
Basil Chika, government of deceit everywhere. Tell me, how can the country move forward in this kind of hide and seek shenanigans going on? You know that money loss, but you cannot hold the culpable people to account. Shows you're a culprit too. Very sad and unfortunate where Nigerians find themselves lately. Chika Bende from Trade Fair, Lagos, thank you very much. Those are the messages we have on Facebook. 5 minutes past 9, you're listening to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. We're looking at two focal points this morning. The first is as regards, we're losing trillions of naira yearly due to the import of active pharmaceutical ingredients that we can source for locally. So tell us, how expensive are prescription drugs now? How can we improve local production of prescription drugs and other pharmaceutical products? What about the call to develop and improve on our local orthodox drugs? The second focal point is as regards the fact that federal government may pay 1.68 trillion naira between now and December as fuel subsidy. And marketers are projecting that we may be looking at 900 naira per litre as regards PMS. So what was the subsidy removal handled properly, and should we get the government to officially announce a subsidy back or not? And if they do announce, what will be the implication of that? 0913 6000 410. You have just 2 minutes. Let's keep it clean. Hello. Good morning.
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
Fuad, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Don Peter. You see, Sandra, if you check for some time now, I've not been calling to talk on anything, issue concerning Nigeria, their governance and anything. Why? Because we have said everything before now. I know we will keep talking. and will continue to find solutions. But there is a saying in my place. That matter that they shied away from, the end of it is not in sight. Sandra, I did not start to be corrected. If you leave APC in power for the next 50 years, this is exactly what we'll be getting. These guys are not prepared for governance. That is just the truth. Check every statement I have dropped on this platform. All of them have come into fulfillment. And I'm telling you again, and I will be telling Nigerians, when next opportunity presents himself for us to vote these guys out of power. They are not prepared for governance. They will continue to blame. You know, one of them I've called right now is blaming the military, that they do not have foresight on refinery. Who are the people who built the refinery in the first place? Vote these guys out of power so that we can have sanity in our governance. They have no idea of how to govern a nation. They have no idea of how to run an economy. They have no idea of how to any developmental plan. They only want to grab power and power for power's sake. When they say it's my turn, this is exactly what we will be getting. My turn to continue to be in power. Nigerians, we love this country and we continue to invest in this country. We don't want to jackpot again. Before I've jackpot before now, I do not want to jackpot anywhere.
Right.
When this opportunity presents himself, let us vote these guys out of power. Thank you. That's all I can tell Nigerians.
Thank you very much.
You know the problem is that we are not in campaign periods. I would have asked him, okay, who do we vote for now? But we are not.
We didn't allow us ask questions. I remember then Fuad kept saying that, can we look away from, the whole I can't enter America or you can't enter America or someone does not have result or drug cartel issue.
Bala blue.
Bala.
That was all before the elections. We were all inundated with on serious issues. Let's ask this subsidy thing. I said, let's focus. You see now.
And now somebody is already there. Now we're asking questions.
And then if we vote people, who are we voting in? But again, we are not campaigning now, so. Let's just focus on the
and
issue.
It's too early.
It's too early to start campaigning.
No. It's barely 6 months in office. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, I think we lost that call. 0913 6000 410. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Good morning.
Good morning, Ajibola from here.
Okay.
Mr. Fuad, it is not too early to start campaigning.
Good morning.
They have also started preparing for 2027.
Yeah.
So it is not too early for us to start sensitizing people too. This government of lies, of deceit, everything. We have a lot of things that is in hiding. They are hiding the truth from Nigerians, and it's too bad. This is a government of deceit, and if we can't play democracy in this kind of manner, it will not pay us. Nigerians are suffering. I'm telling you, if you know what is happening in this.
I'm well, Mr. Peter.
Oga Fuad, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Oga Fuad, see, you have a purpose, and God has given you that purpose, and you have identified that purpose. And that purpose is to say the truth that you have been saying. I enjoy you this morning. I pray for you, my man, that God will not allow anybody to pollute your purpose. You will not get disfocused. Because all that I wanted to say about this country, trying to win investors when conducive environments are not provided, you have said it all. Thank you on that. And on the subject matter, I want to tell us that, look, there is no way the drugs can come down. I have a goddaughter that the other day she was sick. I went to one hospital, they prescribed drugs for me. I asked them how much will I buy this drug. They said, well, it's about 4,000 naira. You know that when I went to the pharmacy, how much I got is 6,700 naira. So it's out of the reach of the ordinary man now. I don't know what we will do. Sandra, you said something. You said if things go this way, it means we will not have availability of medical needs. You don't need availability of medical needs. Now in Nigeria, no availability of dollars, no availability of crude oil. Dangote will be importing crude oil. No availability of good managers of economy. no availability of good politicians, honest politicians, no availability of good schools, no availability of good teachers. What are we? Come on, Nigerians, where are we? Fuad, please make your mind up again to tell us which way Nigeria, where are we going? What are we going to do next? Because no availability of anything that makes life worth living. And a lot of Nigerians are packing out, like companies are packing up. I saw a man on Friday in a restaurant. On Sunday morning, he told the children and the wife they should start to go to church, that he will meet them there. And by the time they came back, he has committed suicide. He hung himself on the fan and he wrote a note down that he's tired. Nigerians are even packing up. Where are we going from here?
Thank you.
Panda.
Thank you very much. Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Mose. Well, that's quite a ball you dropped on us. It's this early morning. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine what that family will be going through now. They went to church thinking that he wants them to go and pray, and then they come back and they found, that
Nigerians are frustrated, really. You just need to feel the pulse of people. You know that things are really, really tough.
I'm a little bit exhausted from that. That's overwhelming.
Can be exhausting, really.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Mose. 0913-600410. That's the number to call. You have just 2 minutes. But let's take a chill pill on the calls for now. That was quite
drink water.
That was a bomb show for me there. All right, let's take some messages on Facebook. Olumuyiwa from Abuja is saying, good morning, Mainland FM. On subsidy, it is very clear to all that Mr. President didn't analyze the challenge with subsidy before taking action to stop it. Our main problem in this country is corruption, and Mr. President should be bold enough to deal with it. Else the country won't make significant development. Good morning. Thank you, Muyiwa from Abuja. We also have here Chris Chichi saying, good morning, Great Mainland FM. Thank you. I think this current administration has stopped spending dollars. Please let them know that the poor will not die. Don't expect the government to take subsidies back. Way forward, let them accept the mistake and create a way out. God bless Nigeria. And Jonathan Martin, Toby Great, may God help us in this country. Different story every day. Yes, different story every day. Okay, we have some WhatsApp messages. We'll be back to the phone lines in a bit. Thank you for standing by. We have here, in a situation whereby appointment of advisors are not based on technocratic indices but on praise singers. All right, apologies, we have a slight issue with our WhatsApp line, but we'll be back to the WhatsApp line in a bit. Stay with us on that platform. Let's take some calls at this time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Amambala Sandra.
Good morning, Ufoma.
Ekuchena. Yes, let me start with the two issues we are discussing. Let me start in this way. A foreign investment is not the problem of Nigeria, so surely all these one president just up and down for foreign investment. We ourselves, by God's grace, God has given us the people who can put this nation in a proper way. But the leader lack of vision of inviting them and working together. Now, the issue of drugs we are lacking earlier on. Looking at it, Nigeria, we discovered that most of the best Nigeria over the world perform better and give a good resources to the country that are working in health sector over there. And most of Nigeria doctors, that is best doctor across both the United States of America and many other countries in the pharmaceutical countries. What is the problem of our leader? To invite these people, both one in abroad and Nigeria, and work together and make our health sector look so beautiful, and make the pharmaceutical something and look the drugs so beautiful that drugs will be able to afford to buy for a common man in Nigeria. But the leaders are not looking that direction. But the issue of first subsidy, stand up and meet me. One of your callers, 𝗪𝗪 is most controversial.
Don't talk about callers. Please just make your comments. You don't need to refer to anybody. Just make your own comments. Don't refer to any caller.
It's okay. Thank you, Ufoma. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Bumi calling from Command.
Oh, good morning, Bumi. Please go ahead. Is this your first time of joining us?
Yes, first time of joining.
Welcome.
One of the things I'm seeing this morning is we have a lot of things going on in this country. I just tuned into already and I enjoy your program. A lot of things are happening in this country that we just sweep under the carpet. One of my close brother's friend here just lost his wife, and due to what the prescription of drug, they went to the place. They can't buy the drug. They went to go and use agbo and all this life. The kidney was weak, getting weak and weak, day out, day in, day out. See, the woman just died last week. And that is what is going on. And some people can avoid to travel out and go and seek some medical care in India and Tanzania. And where the people in the country are dying of nonsense diseases, cheap diseases, something that can be catered for in hospitals. And because of the cost of governance, people are dying day in, day out, cheaply. This is what is happening in this country.
YouTube viewers, but there's been some network issues. I think the rain is really affecting a lot of things. But we should be back any moment from now, so you can drop your comments there, or in the previous live link is still up there, so you can still drop your comments there. We can take you from there. But in the meantime, the number to call is 0913 6000 410. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You're listening to Mainland Focus, and we picked two stories from the trending stories in the papers, and that's what we're looking at this morning. We're looking at medical security due to lack of focus on locally produced active pharmaceutical ingredients. And then we're also looking at whether or not the government should confess if they have brought back subsidy. Because if we're going to be paying 1.68 trillion naira between now and December, then what was the purpose, or what was the point of the famous or infamous inaugural speech from Mr. President? All right, let's keep moving now. 0913 6000 410. The WhatsApp line is also available, so you can drop your messages via WhatsApp on 0913 6000 430. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Amor.
Okay.
Yeah, the two topics we're looking at today, I feel the traditional medicine world and the contemporary medicine world should come together and find the way to start, Nigerians, or possibly Africans at large. Most of these tablets are really gotten from roots and the plants and the like. So I think even at the point Yemkem was using this to produce tablets and things like that. So my only challenge is before you know it, local production will now become more expensive than imported production. Hello?
Well, with you.
That's just my challenge with us in this country. But I feel they can always come together in such a way that they can help, over reliance on foreign drugs. And that's the truth. Yes, it's something that can be done. And then, number two, the dollar has actually crossed 1,000 naira. As of 2 days ago, it was 970. And then, I think why we need them to tell us the truth about this. I was watching the UN stuff, and I remember something you and 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪 said. That's what 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀 said. You said, why is it that the IMF will project on Nigeria, and boom, Nigeria will pick it up? I don't know whether you still remember during the liters of consumption. I don't know whether you remember during Buhari's era. At the moment they speak, the next thing LFDC will just come out and say baga. So if I thought they are even paying for subsidy, what is the consumption? And how much are they paying on a liter? What is the daily consumption? What's the monthly consumption? We need to know all this. Because you can't be telling me you are paying subsidy and you have no figure of how much you are actually. See, this money is not their money, it's our money. I know somebody will call and blame everybody and always exonerate APC government. His business is called. See, I am a stakeholder in this country. I pay my tax regularly. Several things I contribute in my own little way. You understand? And people need to understand, whatever money they spend is not their money. It is our money. But no matter how little they think it might be, it's our money. And let me just round up with this, please. We need to take very good care of our health. The rate at which tablets are skyrocketing. That some of us are privileged to have HMOs. Maybe just 5% of the population has privileged people. some don't even have. Because I've been in the hospital on admission and I saw someone spending millions. We need to take good care of our health. Thank you very much and have a blessed.
And you too.
And you too.
Thank you very much, Damnola, who's always on transit. Appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. No.
Yes, my name is Ade from Owode Jiroko.
Okay.
Yes, I want to contribute to the program.
It's going on,
You're
sir.
free.
Good morning, Mr. Fuad.
Good morning, sir.
Please, I just want to tell Nigeria that we should be very, very careful. We are in my area where I live here. You can see the poverty written boldly on the faces and the body of the people. It is so bad. And as I'm talking to you, I have a spinal cord problem, which I've been treated for a very long time. And the drug I used to buy it from GSP, Glasgow. Now the company has sent a message to me that they have been closed down because they are not producing.
They've left Nigeria.
Nigeria is They have left. Now what is my hope now? What is my thing? Because I'm in past. I don't have money. I don't have anything. How will I treat myself? And somebody will fly tomorrow morning, even this night, to abroad to go and treat himself or herself with children and everything. Please let me tell you, Mr. Fuad. It is ⴪ and anything can happen. Because
Thank you, Eshegon. Thank you very much.
A clear reaction from a disturbed Nigerian, and that's the plight of a lot of Nigerians.
A lot of people that cannot, call into the show and share.
I don't think there's
thoughts.
any other thing we need to add to that.
No, that's all
very reflective
that
of the situation of a lot of Nigerians now.
I mean, this is just one. Mr. Peter also mentioned that a man took his own life, sent his family to church, and made that decision that I can't handle it anymore, and then went off. So at this point now, one of the reactions to the fact that there's some quasi subsidy reversal, or whether or not they are paying subsidy, will liberate us from all of these issues, is also importing crude, although they said it's temporary. But then with the pressure on local supply, would he be able to even get from NNPC? We need to
put this thing into proper perspective.
And Damnola mentioned something now. We have never been able to get a true picture of our daily consumption.
That one is another problem.
That is another problem again. We don't have
because
figures.
Sandra, if you look at what the projection of the Punch is, about 1.68 trillion.
1.68.
From now till December, that's about 4 months' time. If you break that over 4 months, we are doing about 400 billion per month, which was what we've been paying when it was 60 million liters per day. 66. So we are still doing the same thing. Changed. But people have said that consumption has reduced. Is it back to normal?
So is it now 50?
Then at that time they were saying people were smuggling it out. So now they're smuggling and there people are not buying as much. Why are we still walking around that figure?
Well, children of God, we are in a serious quagmire. It is who is going to open this Pandora box that is going to reveal all of the questions that Nigerians have as regards the oil sector. There's a lot that is shrouded in secrecy. There's a lot that we don't know. There are no figures that we're working with. The only figure that we can get from the government is how many times the national grid has collapsed. What's the daily consumption? How much are we swapping? All right, even the swap deal, we have questions on that. Who are we swapping with? How many barrels are we swapping? What exactly is the contract that we have with these people? Are we still paying $4 to Tompolo as regards oil theft security? Are we still spending all of that money? There's so many things that we need to have a conversation on. Why are we destroying modular refineries? Why are we destroying illegal refineries when the government can take full advantage of these things, take concession of them, or take possession of them, and then do something about it? Why are four refineries? Why are 4 refineries not working? What is the big if you were to see the Minister of Petroleum today? Do we have a Minister of Petroleum?
We have Minister of State.
We don't have Minister of Petroleum, but we have Minister of State for Petroleum. It's all right. If you were to see the Minister of State for Petroleum today, what would be the first question that you would ask him, Fuad?
I don't know what to ask him, because I know I won't get answers really. So
well, those are the questions that a lot of Nigerians are asking. And then we also have the drug problem. Is Nigeria medically secure We have the brain drain issue. So many doctors are leaving the country, and now we are now talking about drugs. So we don't have people to prescribe the drugs, and now the drugs are not even available, or may not even be available,
or very too expensive for Nigerians to buy.
It's a wrap for today on Mainland Focus. Thank you very much for everyone who joined the conversation. But just like we always say, the conversation never ends at Mainland 98.3 FM. Issue-based conversation that sets the agenda for a greater Nigeria. Join 𝗪𝗪𝘠𝗀𝗪 by 4 p.m. in the Situation Room. Today is open mic, and we definitely still need to discuss further. And as usual, as we always do, we'll always bring in stakeholders to get their thoughts as regards how we can move forward as a country. Thank you very much, Said Fuad.
Thank you, Sandra.
My name still remains 𝗪𝗪 Sandra. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have Agri Half Hour, and then after that, Health Plus with Sage Babalola.